Hi guys, my name is Ata and today topic is satellites. Satellites are the objects that orbit around celestial bodies such as Earth. They can be natural like the moon or artificial like thousands of human-made satellites in Earth orbits. Artificial satellites are used for various purposes including communication, transmitting data, voice, video signals around the world. Navigation provides location information and timing signals for GPS and other navigation systems. Weather forecasting, monitoring weather patterns, storms and climate changes. Earth observation, studying the Earth's surface, oceans and atmosphere. Scientific research and conducting military, supporting military operations, surveillance and communication. Commercial offering services like satellite TV, radio, internet connectivity. Types of satellites. There are five types of satellites. Low Earth orbit, LEO, orbiting at altitude of around 160 to 2000 kilometers. Medium Earth orbit, MEO, orbiting at the altitude of around 2000 to 36,000 kilometers. Geostationary orbit, GEO, orbiting at the altitude around 36 kilometers above the equator. Polar orbit, orbiting over Earth's polar state region. Sun synchronous orbit, orbiting in the sync with Sun's position. Satellite technology has revolutionized various aspects of our life from the communication and navigation, weather forecasting, and scientific research. Here are some more aspects of satellite launch and deployment. Satellites are launched into space using rockets and deployed into their intended orbits. Orbit maintenance. Satellites require periodic adjustment to maintain their orbits and ensure proper functioning. Ground control. Satellites are controlled and monitored from the ground station, which transmit commands and receive data. Power and propulsion. Satellites rely on solar panels or nuclear reactors for power and use propulsion system for maneuvering. Communication protocols. Satellites use standardized communication protocols for transmitting and receiving data. Data processing and analysis. Satellite data is processed in analyzing using specialized software techniques. Application is various field: agriculture, crop monitoring and soil moisturizing analysis, disaster response, damage assessment, emergency communication, environmental monitoring, climate change and ocean health, maritime navigation, visual trapping, urban planning, land use mapping, infrastructure and monitoring. Future developments. Future development of satellites are constellations of small satellites for global coverage, advanced propulsion for systems for interplanetary travel, in orbit assembly, manufacturing, quantum communication and encryption, cyber threats, international cooperation and regulation, United Nations communities on the peaceful use of outer space, COPOUS, International Telecommunication Union ITU, International Satellite Industry ISO Association and Standard Organization. These additional aspects highlight the complexity and breadth of satellites technology from the launch and development to application and future developments. Here are some more aspects of satellites. Satellite types: active and passive satellites, spin specialized and 3-axis stabilized satellites, geosynchronous and sun synchronous satellites, polar orbit and low Earth orbiting satellites. Satellite components: payload, instrument and sensors, bus, structure and electronic components, power systems, solar panels and batteries, propulsion system, thrust and fuels. Satellite manufacturing: design and testing materials, construction and integration and assembly, quality controls and assurance. Launch options: expandable launch vehicles, ELVs, reusable launch vehicles, RLVs, air breathing engineers and hybrid propulsion. Launch windows and opportunities: orbit raising and station keeping, orbit adjustment maneuvers, station keeping techniques, gravity assist and slingshots, interplanetary transfer and trajectories. Satellite application in various industries: telecommunication and broadcasting, navigation and transportation, weather forecasting and climate monitoring, earth observation and remote sensing, scientific research and applications. Advanced propulsion system and fuels, artificial intelligence and machine learning, quantum computing and cybersecurity. These additional aspects provide further insights to complex application fascinating world of satellites.